that does not mean you must worship them. There are roles you are meant to play in their life as far as they are valuable. Because if you don't love them, if you don't honor them, your children will not honor you and they will not love you. They will only pretend. Number two, our fathers were not stupid. If we are half of who they are, we will not be going through what we are going through today. If we are half, a little bit of who our fathers are, we won't be going through this today. I can assure you that. Today it is clear. Britain didn't fight them, but majority of the country in the world conspired against them. And I can say thousands of years they fought to defend our territory. Today we are even the one helping Fulani to come and take over. The way we say back to your root, people must understand. It's not to carry Mberema and then you begin to share where they do Arabas. No. It goes beyond that. Because there was man before any other thing has meaning to them. And of course, on the same series we have been treating for some time now, we still continue from there. And our team, like I said, remember, back to your root. And the topic this evening is some of the practice of our ancestors that can be found in the Bible. Our last study was we looked at what do you call it? We looked at the oath taking in our last series, and then on this one we are moving ahead to look at the medical aspect of it. The medical aspect of the way our ancestors take care of themselves medically, and then how it appears in the Bible, or how it can be related back to the Bible. And then I want to use it this form. If you look at the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 29, I don't like to quote Bible, but I want you to understand it didn't start today. The book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 29 talked about God creating the heavens and the earth, and then from the Garden of Eden, the Bible says, and the Creator said to Adam and Eve, everything I have created here, both the leaves and the herbs, all of them are for food. And then you see, from the Garden of Eden, we have a doctor. And then it continues. I will go back, fast forward to Exodus. There is a documented program regarding our ancestors, God. It is said that he left Egypt before the crossing of the Red Sea, and he walked towards West Africa then. But while he was traveling from place to place, he had a profession. Whoever Gairi was, he was a herbalist. We were told that he was selling herb, traditional medicine. That was how he paid his bill till he came to the land of Biafra, where God gave to him. But I won't go there. The reason I'm trying to create this platform for you to understand is that by the time you go deeply into the Bible and look at the conduct of the children of Israel in the wilderness, they discover so many herbs. When Moses got to the bitter well of Maria, God asked him to take a particular leaf and cast into the water, and the water will be good to drink because the water was bitter. We can go ahead and look at the uses of frankincense or myrrh, which were actually used to chase mosquito away. The Bible acknowledged 11 different kind of roots or herb that the children of Israel used during the era in the wilderness. So there were doctors in their midst. And even in the New Testament, Luke is a physician. But I'm just trying to create a scenario for you that the same way it was in the Bible, we have doctors before our land was invaded. I want you to learn something. You are shouting coronavirus now, but you should be more afraid of the vaccination, the vaccine, more than the disease itself. And so when I say go back to our root this time, I want us to reevaluate ourselves, our stand. Because if we make mistake, people are shouting coronavirus. Fulani can poison all of us in 1 week, and idiot are jumping up and down. Because our line of defense have been destroyed already. People are not seeing it like this. But you need to get it into your head. When we say don't eat cow, don't eat this, and we say he cannot do without it. Let us pray we don't get to that level. Some people are saying, I'm afraid of coronavirus. You should be afraid of the vaccine more than the disease itself. But let me not digress further. And now our fathers in those days have two types of doctors. They call one, in fact, Onyeibe call them native doctor and herbalist. One is native doctor, the other one is herbalist. Whether you call it native doctor or herbalist, one is dibia, the other one is ogbobulu. They understand we have two types of doctors. You have the dibia, which is the herbalist, and then you have another one, ogbobulu, in my own place. And so when they say, oh, he's a native doctor, you now think it's evil. Anytime native doctor, they say that man is a native doctor, they say, run for your life, oh, run for your life, he will kill you. Because we think they are evil. They are not. And now I learned one truth in life, and that is, if you must succeed in any area of endeavor, you must understand mathematics. It doesn't mean the business, the trade or profession. If you don't know mathematics, arithmetic, you will fail. Because everything in the world revolves around arithmetic. I ran from it in those days in school, but I got to a stage I knew you cannot escape it. And the moment I embraced mathematics, I noticed it was simple. All you need to do is to know the formula. But having said that, the same thing is applicable to the body. If you do not know how the body functions, you will not know that even the system of government, it is copied from the body makeup. Everything you see in this world today, it is governed by one principle. I just want to make you understand the level our ancestors went to, so you begin to prepare how to defend yourself like that. Now, when you look at the body, for instance, because we are talking about herbal, medical terms, Moses and the children of Israel knew how they can take care of themselves. There were no European doctor, no American doctor, no Chinese doctor when they were in the wilderness. They were able to discern how they survive. In fact, I read a documentary program, a documentary book about the Egyptians in Egypt. The land where the Israelites in Egypt, the land of Goshen where they dwell, was close to the river. And because it was close to the river, there was so much mosquito that more than 70% of the Israelites that died in Egypt died as a result of malaria fever. They battled it. But having said that, our ancestors understand how the body functions. Now, let me go back to what I was taught as a child. In fact, before I will continue from there, I want to pause a little bit, and then I want to appreciate Biafrans all over the world. Of course, I lost my younger brother, one of my younger brother in India. His name is Onyeibe. He died day before yesterday night in one of the hospitals in India, as I was told. Believe me, it's very painful, but I cannot complain. I must appreciate IPOB family in India for doing their best. I want to appreciate IPOB family in America and other places who made sure that at least before he died, we did all we can. But we give God the glory. Because when he fell sick at the initial stage, every IPOB person that knew is my younger brother did everything they can to see that they salvage my brother's life. But he died anyway. It is just that he's not yet married, he don't have a child, and so his lineage is cut off. That is the only aspect that pains me. But having said that, everybody who took time to call and sympathize with me, I really appreciate all of you, honestly. It was overwhelming. I can't even respond to some people. I can't even pick to some call. I can't believe it. I must appreciate our leader who took time to specifically make mention of it. Honestly, I am humbled, and I will say IPOB all over the world, thank you for identifying with me in my moment of trial. But at the same time, we must understand, I have said to myself, if we were in a war front and I'm fighting side by side with my brother, I will not go home and start mourning him. Then after the mourning day, then I come back and start war. We are in a war situation already, and we cannot hide from it. And then we have said, whatever we can do, however we can do, any privilege we have to do what we can do to make sure Biafra is restored. I just have to appreciate all of you. So numerous. I have not even responded to some of you. I have not picked your call, some of you. But I'm telling you, you made me proud. I'm very happy anyway. But having said that, we have to move ahead. Because when we say some of these things, people do not understand. I will leave it at that. And now our ancestors, like I was saying, understand how the human body function. As a child, I was taught there is something. I'm not going to use big grammar. After all, I don't know big grammar, but I'm going to say it in such a way everybody will understand. If you open your mouth, at the end of your mouth, in your throat, you will see something known as beri. We call it beri. That is what we call it, beri. At the end of your throat, you will see something that dropped like a flesh. I don't know the English name, I'm not a doctor, but we call it beri. And this beri, in those days we were a child, if infection attacks it, the person may likely not survive. So what our ancestors used to do is that they will go to this beri and cut it off, and then treat it immediately. In less than 7 days it will heal back. But this beri is in your throat, it's in your mouth. Many people don't know the function. Only doctors may know the function. I'm not a doctor, but my grandfather knew what it does. And if I finish explaining it, if you are a doctor, you are free to call and say I lie. I'm telling you how to value our ancestors, because the position we have found ourselves, the blacks, people are more afraid for the vaccination of coronavirus, even more than the sickness itself. Because there are a lot of things our people do not understand. When they say don't eat Hausa food, you avoid these people, you will not understand. Let's come back. This beri, like I said to you, is stand at your throat, the gateway of your mouth. It is connected to your ears, it is connected to your mouth, it is connected to your nose, it is connected to your eyes, it is connected to the 5 sense organ. It's just there dangling. If you put mirror in your mouth now, look at it, you will see that thing I call beri. It's inside. My parents told me that thing is a monitor. It's the one monitoring everything inside the body. So if you swallow food, the food will touch it. It will send a vibration to the brain. If there is a stranger inside that food that your body does not know, the beri is what will tell your brain, I just noticed one chemical, it's not part of this body. And then the body defense mechanism will activate, reorganize themselves to fight that chemical. Understand that if you pour any liquid in your nose, in your ear, or your eyes, like eye drop, they all come into your throat. Because nothing will go into your body, whether from the eye, from the nose, or from the ear, that will not pass through the beri. And the beri is what inform the body and say, stranger has come in. Then the brain will now activate the body mechanism to fight that stranger. But as far as this beri is functioning, it is almost impossible for any sickness to kill you. And now it boils down to why I say you should be afraid of the vaccination more than the disease. There is no disease that can come into the body from the way God created it that the body cannot fight back if it's in the right condition. Our ancestors knew this. But then, for you to boycott this beriberi, you use injection. The moment you are injected, whether malaria, fever, any injection, it doesn't matter. When you are injected, they overrule your body system. Because any injection they give to you does not go through the beriberi. It overrule your body system and subject your body to the condition they want. The danger there now is that if they poison you, before your body defense system can receive signal that this thing is dangerous, that virus or that medicine or that chemical have overruled your body system. It is like a phone you reset. If you do not have the password, you may not be able to bring it back again. And so our ancestors understand the danger of taking injection. I'm not telling you not to take injection when you are sick, but I'm telling you to be very careful. Because any injection they give to you through your skin, under your skin, it overrule your body system and predominate it, take over it completely. But if it touches the beriberi will condition it. And so most of the vaccination you are going to get in the name of coronavirus is going to come through injection. It will overrule your body system. Our ancestors know all these things. And so throughout their time, they don't take injection. If you are a Biafran man, check, they don't take injection. Their pattern of operation is not the type we have. The question should be, how many of our mother gave birth through operation? In fact, there are women that don't have hip. So naturally, they can't give birth to children because they don't have hip. But our ancestors have a drug. Go and ask Yoruba people. It look like Obono. Once they know this woman don't have hip to deliver, they begin to give that drug to that woman. The baby will now reduce in size, very tiny, until the baby is delivered. And the moment the baby is delivered, give that baby 2 weeks, it will blow up. Our father understand the implication of undergoing surgical operation as well as receiving drug under your skin, injection. And so these were not part of their own medical practice. But why am I saying all these things at the end of the day? Because as we, the Biafrans, are concerned in Nigeria, we are targeted people, the most endangered species of Homo sapien here on earth. Even though the Creator is protecting us from this devastation, from this evil that are planted against us, there is need for us to be conscious. Today, if the Western world decide to pull out their pharmaceutical drug from the market, I will tell you, we will experience death worse than coronavirus. Don't make any mistake about that. Because 90% or 98% of black people depend on otoromacin, arabamacin, ajagamacin, everything sin to be healed. The point is, were our father taking otoromacin and arabamacin? But they live longer than us. What were they taking? So when I say back to your root, understand. And now, not only that we have depended solely on Western drug, which I'm not condemning, but even the traditional medicine, we have to depend on Hausa and Yoruba to give us local herb. Because most of our people who have access, knowledge of this herb are now 419. Majority of them are Yahoo. Without apology. They work with DSS. What am I saying? We used to have Bembela. I believe Bambela is supposed to be a Biafra man. But outside that now, go everywhere in Biafra land. He said that you see one Yoruba person shouting, Ogu Arariro, Ogu Bobo Mise, Ogu Jadi, Ogu this, Ogu that. Or you see one Hausa man selling it. He dey cure Pale, he dey cure Brantashi, he dey cure this one. And now they control our drug. They control our drug, Western or any other. And even our food, they are controlling it gradually. While you are battling to be Onyeibe owner, while you are battling to be importer and exporter, while you are battling to go for second tenure, they are going to the grassroots to hijack the very fabric principle that uphold us as a people. Our fathers survived Kwashoko. 3 years of starvation, they made it. Because by the time over 10 million people died, I can assure you that 10 million or more that died is not even up to 10% of our people. They made it. Believe me. Believe me. Because immediately after the war, they reorganized themselves, that their level of advancement tripled. Why do you think Nigeria is afraid? Look at everything we have achieved today. It is those war victims that made them possible. What do we have today that we did? When you are looking at Anambra, who built it? It was the victim of those war, victim of genocide. You talk about Abia State today. Go and check the history of people who built Abia. These were the Kwashoko children, including Imo. Of course, there is nothing in Port Harcourt. Just recently, they start to build some hotel to enable them lodge, steal, and run away. You don't have anything in Port Harcourt. Forget about it. And so, in less than 10 years, these Kwashoko children were able to make a comeback. They didn't take Arabasin and Urubumasin. They depended in what they have. But look at how we have digressed from that pattern. If anything go wrong today, I want to assure you that you as a Biafran cannot import pharmaceutical drug into Biafra land without the clearance of Fulani man today. Where is Enwenzo? Offensive pharmaceutical. Where are all these people who import drug? You see, Fulani man controls there. Where are our DBA and native doctor, our herbalist, our local pharmacist? Where are they? The moment they shoot somebody in this community, DSS will now come to the area. In fact, all our native doctors are registered with Nigerian DSS and police. So all they do is they call them. We just shot one person in your corner. Monitor them for us where you notice him come. So when you are going to them, you think you are going to them to be safe. You are going to be killed. And so the point now is Biafrans who are listening to me, both saboteur, both the holy one, both the envious one, both the jealousy one, who will save us when the time will come? Because this train will beat all of us. We will beat your mother, beat your father, beat my own, beat everybody. Who will save us? Was that the way our ancestors did it? When I say go back to your roots, we need to go back home. Because a lot of things are threatening. A lot of things are bad. It's amazing there is no record of coronavirus in North Korea. Is it not amazing? That China, that Donald Trump said is China disease. No more. They have quarantined their own. They have been able to take care. It's ravaging Europe. It's ravaging America. But where it started from, they have stopped it immediately. And their business are boomed back again immediately. And now it's in Nigeria. They are lying to you now. Oh, Atiku son is gonorrhea virus. And all of you are believing in Toronto virus. Huh? Hey, Atiku son contacted Corota and Toyota virus. And you agree? You think that in the real sense, Atiku son will contact coronavirus and they will come and tell you? I want you to look at the global media. Celebrities are coming to acknowledge, yes, I have coronavirus. Everybody is lying to you. They are lying to you. Did I say there is no coronavirus? There is. Like our leader said, plague come once in 1,000 years. It is called plague. It doesn't matter how it comes, we are not going to analyze it. Don't let Nigeria deceive you, because if Nigeria know of coronavirus, the Nigeria we know today will bring it to Biafra land and kill everybody. What am I saying in effect? If you are a Biafran and Nigeria is coming to inject you for coronavirus, run for your life. Run for your life. Run for your life. Then they say use alcoholic based sanitizer. Now it's petrol they are selling now, not kai, because kai is out of market. I think he has started burning people's hands. Somebody was in the kitchen thinking he was using alcoholic sanitizer to wash his hand, not knowing it's petrol. He almost roast himself. Biafrans, go back to your roots and find out what the problem is. Be very careful in a time like this. Don't let it to start before you begin to find solution. It may save you very soon. It may save you someday. Our ancestors understand the need for us to take care of ourselves completely. It's painful. In those days as a child, there is a plate of water they always put in our passage. There is a leaf they plug inside that plate and they put native chalk and water. Even if you drink acid, if you drink that water, it will dilute it. We don't know all these things again. To kill us is very easy if we don't use sense. Where is our alternative? Most countries you are seeing today don't even drink their Western pharmaceutical drug. They still dwell on their central herbs. In fact, they are even packaging it for us. They now sell bitter leaf tablet in Europe. But we don't like bitter leaf. Brothers, wake up. So in this junction, I want to let you know that Nigeria will stop at nothing to kill Biafrans. And if Biafrans do not begin to improvise for the raining day, these people will kill us. Warn your children, we have told you. Don't take injection from Nigerian government. If they can hide under the guise of coronavirus and go to Delta and start killing our people, are you the same people they are going to save? They are taking advantage that the world is paying attention to coronavirus. They are killing our people in Delta State and in Biafra land. Are they the same people who are coming to inject you? You Biafra native doctor, you Biafra herbalist that have solution to most of these problems. You now work for Yoruba and Fulani in the name of one Nigeria. How do you feel about it? I hope you are really connected to all your relatives. Because the reason I'm bringing up this thing is when we tell you now, in fact, there are some churches that tell you that taking alcohol is a sin. Now with coronavirus now, all of them are now taking kai, up to the extent that no kai in Nigerian market again. Who is buying the kai? But if we were the one telling you go and drink kai to chase away coronavirus, you say, oh, these people are evil, they say more. But the first advice Nigerian gave to you is go and buy kai. And now no more kai. The latest one now is that go to every street now. People are now putting bucket. Wash your hand, 10 naira. Wash your hand, 10 naira. Do you think people who are asking you to wash your hand 10 naira on the street to pursue coronavirus, do you think they can ever pray for coronavirus to leave Nigeria if it's here? Now you understand what we are saying. Poverty led them to be doing that. But by the time they begin to make money there, they will even be praying for coronavirus to come. Biafrans, wake up. Biafrans, wake up. Biafrans, wake up. And do not sheathe your sword. It is not over until it's all over. But then we have to thank the Creator, because the people who have healing school, they have closed down their healing school. If I turn and say it's Antichrist, but why are all those healing school closed now? I'm sure no native doctor have closed. I'm sure no native doctor have closed. All of them are still functioning. Of course, hospital is still open. But all our healing ministry are closed. Who is deceiving who here? Biafrans, go back and find out how to protect yourself. The world is moving to another age. 2 dispensation has passed. This is the 3rd dispensation. In as much as we may not want to be analyzing some spiritual things, go and read your Bible. It will amuse you. We are coming to a stage where the world will have a problem that can be solved by one man. But let's not go there anyway. Go and find out the way your ancestors were able to take themselves. Because if during the slave era, if during the colonization era, if they were dependent on the colonial master to give them drug, all of them would have been dead. They had a way to survive. They had a way to survive. Kwashoko would not have killed the people, except they have starved. They have starved. And if they survive 3 years, I can tell you, no part of the world will survive 3 years what our people went through. And so our ancestors had a way to overcome this. And having said that, I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, Chukwu okike abịama. Okike bi n'igwe ọgọdọ ya na-akpọ ya na. Onye ọ bụ mmasị ya bụ na anyị ga-adị ndụ. Anyị bụ agbụrụ ụmụ Israel. Anyị achọghị nsogbu nke anyị ji achọ. Sọmanị ihe anyị chọrọ bụ udo, ọganihu, ogologo ndụ na arụ isi ike. Anyị wee nwere onwe anyị n'aka ndị na-achị anyị ọtụtụ arọ. Bụ ndị Naịjirịa. Dịka isi wee mee, ụmụ Israel nwere onwe ha maka ndị Egypt n'oge nke Fero. Anyị ahịa ọdụ biko onyenwe anyị. Come let us rebuild a country. Come let us restore Biafra for the future of our unborn babies. Say come let us rebuild a nation. Come let us rebuild a nation. Come let us restore Biafra for the future of our unborn babies. Harry, you can stop the protest of the Biafrans.
Yes, of course, at this moment we must understand that our ancestors has a way of taking care of themselves medically. How did they survive? What were they taking before the first aspirin came into Nigeria? Let us go back to our root. It is going to help us. It is going to help us. But did I say you should not go to the hospital? Not, of course, far be it from it. All of us will die in 1 week. But I'm saying, why we depend on this? Understand there is need for us to find out how our ancestors were able to survive in the absence of this. I can go back and date the first doctor in Nigeria in terms of medical doctor. We have all their record. So before they came, how did it be? How did we get it? Our lines are open this moment. and you're free to call in. We are here to fight to restore Biafra. And to fight to restore Biafra, we have to defend Biafra. And to defend Biafra, we must know what we are defending Biafra for. 1 week without Western drug around us, all of us will die. Our lines are open. You are Biafran anywhere in the world, you are here to join IPOB. I will only advise you to look for the nearest one and join. If not, there is none around you. Look for a way to start one and connect yourself to the nearest coordinator. At this moment, our lines are open. Our direct line, or rather, every inquiry should go to our WhatsApp line, which is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line, and our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct number, and the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female, I repeat again, is 081-288-58614. And of course, at this moment, our lines are open, and then you are free to call in and let us know your opinion regarding that issue. Make no mistake about it, there is no complication there. It is as simple as, in the absence of Western drug, how are we going to survive? Considering the fact that the Fulani control every territory of Biafra land, every area of Biafra land, how do you think we will survive? Can you hear me? Caller on the line.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
Let me calling from Aba.
Go ahead, please.
Bless you, Mazi. Bless our leader. Bless our deputy leader. Bless you, Mazi. My suppose I'm a bless my coordinator. Okay, woman leader of Otis Space. Thank you for your election. The election this evening. That's our leader. Man, you know, this is Habari. Yeah, our people doesn't value what we have, value only what other people have in life. Yoruba people now carry all this meat and down for inside the market. There's some drugs, they call it monkey time. Everything they carry up and down, and our people they drink. But this na Igbo now carry the water. Nobody will buy it. Nobody will buy it. We only buy the one where Yoruba people have, because our Igbo think that the only Yoruba people know root more than us. That only Yoruba people know of.
Because the difference between us is that they didn't condemn their own. Their pastor did not condemn it. Their Alpha did not condemn it. Only in Biafra land, you see people telling you, no, the Lord will heal you, the Lord will heal you. All of them are running for coronavirus now. All of them are running for ordinary Toyota virus. Unfortunately. Go ahead.
So, now these Yoruba people, they go carry and come inside the market to tell you this is monkey tail. If you want to drink all these food, they will tell you, they don't go Igbo, go Yoruba. They know do more than us. Our people are going back because we don't value what we have. We value what others have. And we go to Yoruba, Fulani people, bring their culture, come to our land. They do it. Every food where Yoruba people they cook, they the one that cook with broom. We learn it there. To our place, they learn. All these pastor no see that one. All these monkeys where they carry the water, pastor no they see. All these kai roots where they carry the water everywhere, their pastor no they see. But if it is our own now, for us to go inside the bush to bring herbal or to bring any root, it is evil. Sometimes when my grandmother is alive, they will tell me that if a woman born, if the woman have bleeding, they will go inside the bush, they will run inside the bush, bring herbally. Is it put that person inside his nose, and if he hear the smell, everything will be okay. But now all these things don't go. You use only drugs, everything like injection, and that's a chloroquine. The NAFDAC improved chloroquine for curing of coronavirus. So this news is everywhere now. That's a chloroquine. securing a NAFDAC improved chloroquine to cure the coronavirus. Now, what people don't value what they have. They value what only Yoruba, Fulani, our Samiatiana, what they are told us, what we have. This is what is killing our people here. Mazi, thank you. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. It is as simple as that. Anywhere you want to take it to. Let us ask ourselves a question. If something go wrong now, and British government decide to starve us again, how are we going to survive? Because if you don't learn how to survive when you are a child, you can never survive when you are grown up. Let us assume Fulani and Hausa decide that no, we will not do this, let's poison them. Will you survive? That is why I remind you once again, if you are a Biafra, if Nigeria is giving you drug, don't take drug for coronavirus. Run for Nigerian drug to coronavirus, because those people who are killing you secretly, reducing your population, cannot take care of you. Run for your life. To survive, go and find out how your ancestors survive, because you never know. Call on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening from here.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. My name is Joy Wom. I'm calling from Mekong. Mazi, before the first aspirin landed in Africa, or Biafran land to be precise, our ancestors, they were well to do, and they know what it takes to treat any ailments that come across any of them or any of their child. Because I remember when my grandmother was alive, there's some certain leaves which she showed to me. He called them by names, and even as I speak to you, in my own village in Ngwa land, where I came from in Obingwa, those leaves are still there. They are still there, but just that many persons are not using them today because Oyibo have come and introduced their own way of medical treatment, and we have all gone to that. For instance, if you have an open wound, then they don't use to stitch that wound. Rather, they will cut that particular leaf that I'm talking about and place inside that wound that has hole on your body. Then they continue pressing hot water and salt. At the end of the day, with the help of that particular leaf inside that wound, the wound heals very well. In the sense that if you look at that person's scar, it will look as if it was stitched. Like today, if you have a serious wound, the doctors or the nurses will stitch it for you to fasten the healing and everything. Then another thing my grandmother showed me is that if you go to farm, there's a water that we call miruju. Onyo who is an Ngwa person will understand that language. Miruju. It always gathered in a farm. Wherever that your farm settlement is, it will gather there. In between a taproot and the very tree that is that produce that this thing. So that water, when you look at that water that gathered there, it used to look very dirty, but it's medicinal. So if you're there in that farm as a child or even an adult, you fall something like convulsion or epilepsy, understand? They use that water immediately and fetch. They don't fetch it with cup. They use leaf, mold that leaf in form of cup. They fetch it. Then do some incantation and everything. They will say something to Chukwu Kikabiama because they normally call Chukwu Kikabiama. When they call Chukwu Kikabiama, now they will fetch that water with that leaf and give to that child or that person that is on that critical condition at that point in time. Then they will now use it again to bath you. They fetch it and bath you from head to toe. Now they will keep that person. In the next 20 to 30 minutes, believe me, Mazi, the person comes back to as normal as it becomes strong. But today, if anybody should take you to that Mirijuna to take it, you say, God forbid, this thing is not good in our health, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, we have forsaken our ancestors' way of living. And another thing is that despite all these things, all this new modern medication and everything, they live longer than us today. They live in hundreds and above years. But today we don't even, in fact, we push ourselves to reach even 70 years. You are gone. So at the end of the day, I like this topic that you normally treat. We should go back to our roots. Biafrans, go back to your roots. Our ancestors, even the very time that my grandmother used to check, there's one leaf, and they meto mechie. Imeti yaka, yo mechie. Imekwa yaka again, ye mepe. Then the other one, we will call it in Sansa. That one, if the moment it is 12 o'clock, the flower opens up. And if you are in the farm with your grandmother, she will take you to that very small tiny leaf and tell you, now it's 12 o'clock. If you check, if you doubt her and check if there is any other time available there, you will see that she was very accurate on that particular time to tell you that now it's 12 o'clock. So they were well inducted. Thank you so much. And all must be Biafra.
Yes. Our people must understand. The idea is, I'm not condemning Western drug, at least we know it now. But if you still know your ancestral juju drug, it will be fine for all of us. It will be like a motor that have spare tire. Almost 80% of our traditional medicine go with alcohol. That was the very platform many pastors condemn it. No, you can't take alcohol. But Paul said to Timothy, take a little for your stomach's sake. No, you can't take it, It's alcohol, it's evil. The point is, if you have it and you have both of them, it will help you, it will do you good. There is an adage in my place, Asena alota abogo achopo agadi. Alota abogo achopo agadi. Anybody that sees Western drug and abandon their own local drug, you are just like Alota Bogo, Achupu Agadi. It will not do you any good. Our people must understand where we are coming from and where we are going to. This thing is going to happen one way or the other. Nigeria will kill us as they did before, just to control the oil in our land. And if they must kill us, we should be ready to defend our land. How ready are we? Our people should understand what we are saying. We understand that they will arrest us indiscriminately. We understand everything that they will do. And we are not afraid of them. We are not running for them. Because we also understand that all these things they are doing will come to an end. It will expire. So we are ready for them at all time. Are you ready at all time? Call on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, Mazi Onyeibe. Good evening from here.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I want to appreciate Oyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, and our deputy, Mazi Uchemefo, and other people. I say me eke kerowa, keep on blessing you people. Na hachuko kikabia maise. My name is Jezi Choma. I'm calling from Obazi Central Unit. Obazi Central Unit is in Mbitoli, Mbieri, in Mbitoli. Mbitoli is in Imo State. Imo State is in Biafra land. Mazi, I like your topic this night. Going back to our roots. In terms of medications, yeah, all these Western people came and brought their rubbish medication. I could remember when we were little in the late 80s. My father would do cook.
Honestly, we will not see. We should not have the mindset that they are rubbish, but rather let's focus on how we let our people understand the importance of our own that we have abandoned. Yeah. Because if you say they are rubbish now, a lot of people are going to die. They say, George Onyeibe, say back to your root. So when they don't see the leaf, don't go yarrow to drink, they will die. It's good.
I understand.
Mama.
I
Go ahead,
understand.
please.
Yeah, when we are little, like in the late 80s, my father used to prepare this dogoyaro for us. There's another root they do prepare for us. After drinking it, you take banana because it was so bitter. But these days, I can't find those things. I can't. When you give someone an Igbo medicine to drink, the person will say it's a concussion, is this, is that. It doesn't. They have deviated from their roots. I think a big awareness should be created among these people, or we should gather them together, because these people have washed their brain with all these their stories and what I don't understand. And another thing, going back to our roots, those days, like my father told me, those days you can never see a brother rising up against another brother. But today, you can see a brother killing his fellow Igbo brother. All those things defies the land. All those things contribute to so many problems we are having today. All Biafrans all over the world, please go back to your root in terms of, living in peace with your brother. Stop staining your hands with blood. Stop doing all this evil. Keep your hands clean. Live the way our forefathers lived before. Things will get better for us. And the medication aspect, we should go back to our tradition where we value our roots. We use it. We should stop to be depending only on this Western medication. Thank you, Mazi Onyeibe. Almost said Biafra.
Thank you. Our people must understand. We need to understand the importance, the value of what we have. Our ancestors spent time to study how the body function. With their best of knowledge, they don't give injection. Anytime you inject somebody, that drug overruled the nervous system. Whether you like it or not. But am I here to say, don't take Western drug? No, I do take it. But I'm trying to figure out how did our ancestors survive with a Western drug. Because before the first invader came to our land, we were not taking Western drug. They have their own drug. Is that too difficult for us to understand? Well, now, why is it that in Nigeria and the three nations trap inside Nigeria, Biafrans are the only one calling their ancestors evil? Yoruba, as bad as they are, don't see their ancestors as evil. Even Fulani, they love the sins of their father. It makes them kill us the more. But we need to get to a stage where we must tap into this blessing and don't let anybody to deceive us. So when we say back to your root, find out how they survived. Believe me, there are a lot of things around us that actually is supposed to enhance on our health. When you have a cutlass cut, a machete cut on you, you go to a rotten banana, take the water from the rotten banana and tie that cut. You will see how it's going to heal. There are many things around us, but we don't go there. Some people even have plantain at the back of their house. They only take the plantain, and when the tree falls and rotten down, they say remove it, it's very dirty. That thing you are removing, that rotten banana stem you are removing, that water dropping from that banana stem, if you know what it can do, if you know what you can do, you will even protect that rotten stem more than the banana. But you don't know. So it's evil. So when I say back to your root, it took centuries for our ancestors to know this. We must go back and understand. Yes, caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah, Mazi Onyeibe, good evening from
Good evening
here.
from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. My name is Mustafa Onyeibe. I come from Ozobro. Ozobro is in Ekusigo, Newu province, Biafran land. And I am calling you from Kingdom of Netherlands. Mazi, I must say Chukwuabiama will keep you and keep our leader Martin Namdekano and keep our deputy Mazi Mefo and keep our coordinator here in Netherlands Mazi Ndubisi and every principal officer of IPOB worldwide and Biafrans at large who are working assiduously for Biafra to be restored. Chukwuabiama will keep each and every one of us, and Chukwuabiama will make us see Biafra. Yes, Mazi, before I make my contribution to your program, on behalf of IPOB here in Netherlands, we sending our condolence with you at this very point in time. We bear your loss, we mourn with you, and just know that on behalf of IPOB Netherlands, we say be strong and keep on keeping on, Mazi. That's the first. And in order also to contribute to your program, Mazi, if we Biafrans are able Omota Obakaria, we have abandoned our own traditional way of medication, and we embraced the Westerners, which today is not doing us any good. How is it not doing us any good? For instance, over here in Netherlands, Mazi, do you know that if you fall sick here, if you're sick here in Netherlands, the highest medication you will get from them here is paracetamol, nothing else. They will give you paracetamol and tell you to go and take it, and after 2 weeks, if you're still sick, then you'll come back. Now, why do I say that? We Biafrans emulate the Westerners by accepting their drugs and their medication, and we abandon the one we have, our roots. Now, even them, they are not even into those drugs that we've embraced. I don't know whether you're getting what Biafrans, you're getting what I mean.
Of course, you're on point.
We embraced the medication they brought to us. We embraced it to the point that we've thrown what we have, our own, we've thrown it away, and we accepted them. But over here in Netherlands, anybody living, in fact, I'm sure it's not only here in Netherlands, it's all over Europe and the Western world at large. Them here, if you're sick here, the highest thing they will give you is paracetamol. Finished. You go, and after, if the symptom continues, after a while you come. Maybe that time they will not start looking, looking at your condition or your situation, whether it's serious or not. But we have the everything. Chukwuabiama gave us everything. I remember Buboli said, till tomorrow, the highest medicinal drug, traditional medicinal drugs for conversion is Buboli say,
Now, thank you, most favored, for this thing you are bringing up. There is some medicine I'm going to mention. One is this Bobo Mishi. Do you know it is natural made, African made, or Nigerian made? You have Bobo Mishi, you have 7 keto powers. Yeah. Do you know most of this medicine, indigenous local herb, that they changed to Tredomedica? They change it from local juju medicine. They now give it Tredomedica because its potency cannot be undermined. Do you know they do wonders? 7 keto power, for instance, they does wonder, they work wonder. Go ahead, please.
So, like this conversion of a thing, I remember when I was small, there is this oil that come out from Pankane, and Udake. This Udake and Buboli say mixed together in the highest Ogbonga medicine for conversion. Udake it happens to be our pomade, our cream those days. And these things are very, very, very medicinal thing. And is working 100%. And a whole lot that I can't remember their names, but we've thrown all those things away and we've now embraced them, the drugs they brought. We embraced them and forgot our own. And even those people we embrace their own, they don't even take, they are not into it. Same thing with the issue of forgetting the who we are and what we should be worshiping. The same thing here. those and I'm so happy for your program because we are returning back. We have everything. Everything. God has given us all the root for everything, for as a medicine for everything. And I believe with time our people we understand the importance of this very lecture you're giving.
Of course.
Chukwuabiama will keep on keeping you, Mazi.
Thank you.
Chukwuabiama will keep on strengthening you, more especially at this point in time. All of us here in Netherlands, IPOB, we are with you, we mourn with you, and we say be strong and keep on keeping on.
Thank you very much indeed. We must continue. Yes, Mazi, the foreign man. Good evening from here.
Yeah, I want to remember my name and take care of us in good evening, my beloved brother. Mazi, in the first place, I would say I accept my condolence. Actually, we are in together. It's very unfortunate that this our beloved brother gave up there. I'm sorry, my condolence go to your family, and as well as our beloved American not American rep, Mazi Obido Chineke. My condolence go to him equally. Mazi, I have to appreciate the warning the Hamadi Komremezu and as well as every other hardcore Biafrans all over the world, especially those of them in Biafra, they need to say make a keep them at them away and may they never cease until Biafra is restored. Yeah, Mazi, about what you are teaching us. Like I always say, anyway, I thank God that all these programs are recorded and documented. Mazi, let us take 2 instances first. Mazi, do you know in Nigeria, do you know about China? That their dog they call Tianchi. They introduced to Nigeria and Biafran called the Tianchi. This is their local their local medicine. How people preserve their culture. And like Yoruba you are talking about, Mazi, this Abo, do you know that Yoruba preserve everything about their culture?
Of course.
Any type of medicine you want, they even bring it here and they very, very costly. They put it in bottle.
The point is that we still have this drug. We still have these local herbs. That is why I'm begging our people to go back. Do you know my pastor in those days have pile? A pile that he has carried for more than 35 years. And now something happened. He went to somewhere in Australia, official duty. And immediately was landing from the plane. He feel like going to the toilet, and the next thing was that the pile came out. He bleeded all over the toilet. Onyeibe was afraid. They returned him back with the next plane. And then when he came back, they moved him based on where he worked for surgical operation to cut off the pile. But they have to, sign all these death warrants before undergoing. And then they now said the wife said he cannot sign. They now call the family. And the family said, no, if he's pile, don't operate him, we are coming. And they now ask the hospital to suspend him. So they use other painkiller to sustain him. Somebody came from Delta, my place, with one leaf like sugarcane leaf. 3 type of different leaf. They squeeze it and rub the pile. As I'm talking to you, inside hospital there, the pile jumping till today. That was the day this my pastor start believing herbal medicine. I do not have the time. If I contact him now, in fact, I will make arrangement to get all these things now. But those who are listening to me, if he is listening to me, this is the time we show our people how to use those kind of things to solve our problem. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi, like what you're saying, Mazi, if you call anybody no marker, my father, if break your leg anyhow, it's in our place. And if a snake bite you up to now, it's in our place. That tree, I don't want to mention the tree. We go there, we scrap it later and prepare it and give you. Once you drink it there, you vomit everything and we remove everything. You go home. Mazi, like what you said, Bembella, that medicine you are talking about, the producer key to power is Bembella, and Bembella is from somewhere around the here or thereabout. I don't know.
I know it's Anambra.
Yeah, Mazi, this Bembella medicine, whatever poison or anything you eat, but they are very bitter. These are natural. Once you take it, go the Bembella.
If you see the Bembella, for instance, it's a local herb. If you pour
Yeah,
ampiclox, it cure another sickness. If you pour tetracycline, it cure another sickness. If you pour ampicillin, it cure another sickness. Whether chicken pox, measles, anything they call it. As you just say it, the native people will say buy 7 key to power. Pour ampiclox. The next time they will say pour ampicillin. The next one they will say pour tetracycline. Just one local herb. Let's call it tradomedical now because it's inside container now, and they are now marketing it like other Western drug. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi, that is very, very good. We are going back to our root. Okay, like what our sister was saying. This my brother from Holland just said now. Mazi, that Okoma he mentioned. Kehana where Elaki, we call it Elaki in our place with Okoma. These things are very powerful. If you have anything you have, like what do you call this chicken box, all those things. This is, and we have what we call uri. That uri, if they cut it and rob you, and our mother, my mother had it. My mother is from Oro, don't be told. My mother had it until she died. They use it to do tattoo in their own body. Those days when they watch them, is that uri they used to do that tattoo, and they cannot. It remained there till alive. Okay, like coming to when we are growing up, like that was my sister Choma said. In our place, when did we start going to hospital? When you are sick, no matter the sickness, your father will go and cut all this mboba popo, dogoyaro, all sorts of leaves, and they will mix it together. When they mix all this leaf together with water, with a guava leaf, there are many of them. They put them to and they put them together with a lime and cook it. In the morning, they will bring you number chairs at the middle of the compound, put you there, cover you with all this thick blanket we use here in Europe. Immediately they remove it, you just don't go and play ball. Immediately they remove it, the next minute you and the amateur playing football. And people will say, is this not okay? Okay, who teach my sister how to give us pump those days when we were kids? If she are sick, she will just come from where she's married, my dear Teresa. And she open her hands and put that in. Once you put it, you will shit like nobody. So
that thing you are saying now, that thing you are saying now, they use snail share.
Yeah.
They will grind it with alligator pepper. When they roast snail share, it will be white. They will grind it, add small alligator pepper. If they put it in your bumbo, whether you have dysentery or whatever you have, you will shit hot shit immediately. That is the end. Yeah. They treat me with that thing as a child. They treat me with that thing.
Know about it.
I know they use shell, they add small alligator pepper, whatever they add, I can't remember again. But I know they will bend you as a child, then they will drop it in your bumbo, and then they leave you. Your bumbo will now choke you, chwan. The next thing you run to one corner. You will poo very well. That is the end of any nyama in your stomach.
My brother, Chuko Kaba, bless us. Look at that myself. What she said, that thing she said, that the bed that to hold in a tree or in a sea, that water that goes there, we call that non-troposisi. Once he does it, that water, my God, that water, that anthroposisi put there, that water is very, very medicinal. They use it to do a lot of things. But we thank God that today we are coming up. Continue your program. We are going back to our root. We must go back to our root because with the okay, look at now. I want to put. Do you know what they are discovering now? People are doing what that I told you now. Because of this, their coronavirus now, they are advising people put all this or put hot water, cover yourself with a sheet, and you hell it, everything goes. Chukwokaba, bless us, Mazi. Chukwokaba, thank God for keeping you. Continue to teach us. We appreciate your program. And we above all, we appreciate Eke Krowa and the leadership of Mazi and Okuka Kamalo that gave us this platform. Everything is an archive. This what we are saying now will remain there till the end of time. Chukwokama, keep you, my brother. We are in.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow morning.
We must continue. Our people must understand. First of all, what IPOB is doing is taking us back to our root. Our root is Biafra. Number one. And then going back to Biafra is not going back to Stone Age. Our fathers may be naked maybe 1,000 years ago. And so is every European man naked. But they metamorphose, they advanced the same way we advanced. The difference is that what we are changing into would not have been what we will change into if our way of life was not tempered with. That same time they told you my father or ancestors was naked, theirs were naked too. They allowed their way of life to prevail. They changed with time, but they did not allow us to change with time, because let's assume we were conquered. But how long are we going to live under that pretense, under that knowledge? Who is a conquered person in the first place? Don't worry. Let's not digress to that angle. My brother on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mazi.
Thank you for holding on. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening, fellow Biafrans. My name is Onyeibe. I'm calling from the state of Israel. Mazi, thank you for your topic, back to our root. Mazi, talking about our local medication. There's many factors that lead to the neglect of those medications. Mazi, you know that in Biafra land, SARS people go around arresting people selling local drugs in the joints. They say they're selling hard drugs.
This is where our native doctor began to fail. Our native doctor and herbalists. All of them are registered. They have union now. They won't do anything for you. If you go to our native doctor in Biafra land now and say, do Ojeshi for me, they will call police on you. Why are they doing this thing? Because the tradition have been bastardized. Before, they will swear for them. Go to our village now. Fulani herdsmen are killing our people with machete. We are supposed to go to these people and say, give us protection from machete. But the moment they finish doing it for you, collect your money, they will be the one that will go and call police. DSS. But DSS is not after Yoruba own. They are not after Hausa own or Fulani own. We are the one targeted. Go ahead, please.
Exactly, Maz. The one that pains me much, the people that sell all this local Ogumborogu, they go and arrest them. Somebody talk about monkey tail. Monkey tail is not any other thing. If you live in the coastal region, you know what is called monkey tail. It's a gene and a Igbo leaf. But they go and chase people out. Police and SARS are the one drinking it today. They smoke Igbo openly, but they ban people from smoking. Now, another factor is that some chemists in our local places, in our cities, they are in union. Their union is just to target people selling local drugs, local medicines. When they see them around, they will call police on them. And these people, out of frustration, they leave that their profession and go into another thing, thereby making our people vulnerable to all this Western medication, which has so many side effects. These days now, they say our forefathers are primitive. There's something they call unewahi, that dwarf banana. You cannot see it in any compound anymore. That thing, people that have diabetes, this is what they eat, and they live longer. Like water yam, all these things, you cannot see them in our compounds anymore. When we talk about it, they say it's a cake. But this one that is coming now, this coronavirus now, you have said it openly. The virus is in the vaccine. When you think you want to take vaccine to cure the virus, you are getting it inside you, and the after effect is there. But all these our local medicine, they don't have after effect. You take them and you go away and you piss it out of your urine. When they talk about all these things, we have phones. When you have phone like WhatsApp, when your WhatsApp is outdated, you update them. What we have to do is to update all these things. The one that is not bad, not good, we find a way to make it good instead of throwing them away. But our people will not understand. But this coronavirus will force everybody to go back to root. If you don't want to go and take the vaccine, and what you see, you take. That is my own contribution. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Our people must remain focused because the days are evil. Caller on the line, are you there?
Good evening, Mazi Onyeibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Chimezie Uko from Ishialangwa. I'm commenting concerning our go back to our roots. Mazi, you have been doing wonderful job, and always be calling this line for me to be split even one day. Hello?
Go ahead, the world is listening.
Okay. Now, go back to your roots. Yes. We, Biafra, we're supposed to go back our roots. We're not supposed to be fooling ourselves. Because go back to our root is what's going to make us be benefit and train our children. Even our next generation will benefit on it. When I'm talking, go back to your roots. There's a medicine my mother normally gives us. I realized the time when I was in Cameroon, there's a time I have stomach pain. I take any type of drugs, and that drug cannot cure me. But one day, I rolling in cocoa farm. When I roll in cocoa farm, I saw one leaf. And that leaf is my mother normally gives us this leaf concerning stomach pains. Now, when I pluck this leaf, go back and cook this leaf. Immediately this leaf cooled, I took this leaf and drink it. After drinking this drop, my stomach being like they poured me ice block in my stomach. I got myself free. Go back to your roots. Yes. When my mother was moving to Orapan for the medical treatment then, I wasn't being born, but my father told me that because I am not far from my father. Before my father died, he lived more than 125 years before he died. He died in the age of 125 years and 15th of 2015, April. Now, when my mother moved into Rapani and getting to crossing a river to the Rapani, when this canoe loads, they are moving with Ataba. So when they are moving, this spirit take my mother both in luggages inside the sea, both plantain and the vegetable leaf being all gone. Now my father, they come back and told my father what happened. My father have to go back to go and ask the ancestors of our land and the older man in the community. They say they should wait. And they waited until that day. They are asking the gods. After they asking the gods told them they should wait, and because nowhere to find the woman inside the river. But after 7 days, that woman come back alive with all the luggages. After that, they said, is the mommy water told her she should go. So nothing. She have nothing. She's not a witch. She's not anything. So since that time, this is what is happening now concerning this our Biafra. I know. I thank Mazi, our great leader. I thank him so much for the good work and Mazi Onyeibe, and you, Mazi George Onyeibe. You are teacher. You are teaching us. It's a wonderful teaching. I haven't got this teaching in my life before. So what I'm saying in fact is, let people turn back to the Biafra. Come back to the Biafra. Biafra is the only solution for our survival. Listen, see what SARS are doing. The head SARS are doing, harassing people up and down, doing any type of anything for all the states. But I know one day, this journey must be completed for we to go back our road.
Thank you very much.
To our life.
Thank you,
Mazi Onyeibe. Please, one more thing, please, sir. this WhatsApp line, I haven't got it because I haven't sent my this thing to the to my WhatsApp this thing, my number to the WhatsApp.
Keep
and my
listening.
name.
I will call it
So,
again.
If
Keep
I can
listening.
get that number now, I will be so much grateful and happy.
Keep listening. You don't have a pen. Do you have a pen with you there?
Yes.
then-
Mama, give me my phone.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
070
0070. Yes, sir.
815
815
456
4 5
42.
4 2.
Thank you very much. Call on WhatsApp. Are you still there? Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp. Your voice is not coming out clear. Call on WhatsApp. You are not there. Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening.
Good evening, Ada. Go
Good
ahead.
evening, sir.
Go ahead.
This is Chibum calling from Onyeibe, Biafra land.
Go ahead.
So I want to appreciate you for your good work. I want to appreciate you for your lectures this wonderful evening. I say may Chiko Kikabiam bless you. Concerning back to your roots. Actually, we Biafra, we need to go back to our roots because all these local herbs, all these our native, they have been there for us to use, but we are looking for English draws. So I want to encourage our people to go back to our roots. There is one herb in our village. If somebody use it, as a young person use it, the person will totally run mad for a full day, and the herb is still there. I want to encourage our people to go back to our roots and use our local herb. It will help us a lot. Please permit me to give the phone to my mom to talk to you. Good evening,
Good evening, ma. Go ahead, please.
I'm very, very interested in this your topic today concerning go back to our. You know, in the olden days, when I was little, if I have fever, there is a root, there is a herb that if my daddy go into small distance, he will cut it and squeeze it and put it into my 2 eyes. If it is a headache, that headache will go immediately without any test or any other tablet. If I have problem with my stomach, there is a leaf that my father will go and bring it. When he brings it, he will drop it on the ground and use stone and turn it. After it, he will bring it, gather it together and bring it and put some water and some salt. Then if he give me that water of that herb, I will get myself, I will get better. The stomach bite will go. So if I have to, there is another herb that my father usually go to bush and bring it. When he squeeze it or he put it into water, if I break it, the fever will go. So it is very, very good. It is around 70 that I have this experience of going to chemist to go and buy tablets. But if our people can listen and practice it, it is very, very good for us to go back to our roots. It will help us both spending of too much of money it will help us. So I advise our people, if you go back to your roots, it will help you. If you have another problem in your stomach, maybe you are not going to toilet, maybe your this thing just block, you can't go to toilet. There is a herb that if you use that herb, either you boil it, you drink it as water in the morning, you will be purging that malaria that is in your body. All of them will go into toilet. So I advise our people, if you want, so I advise it is very, very good for us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me give back to you. Hello.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
And I want to appreciate my fellow students. The other day that they were online, I was so happy that students are waking up. I want to appreciate them and encourage them to start up wherever they are. If your child or your ward are in high institutions, encourage the person to go and identify with IPOB in their schools. And I want to thank our Ohamadike one of Biafra. I say, Mexico bless you and me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yeah.
Caller on WhatsApp. And this is where we draw the curtain for this evening segment. I truly appreciate all those who were able to call in. My apology to those that cannot pick their call. Of course, I will be signing up and be coming back in no time. Our people must understand. It becomes a spare. I always tell people, imagine if in your school you are being taught in your dialect and you can speak your dialect. I can tell you that your advancement cannot be compared to what you are today. No, imagine I sit in a classroom and my teacher now start teaching me with Abo. Imagine what I will become. Imagine if you can speak your dialect very well. Imagine if you are being taught in school with your language. Nobody will beat you in this world. I have a sister who is in Brazil. She's going to school there. She has to learn Brazil in order to be able to flow. And if she's speaking Brazil, I have a kind of feeling. I said, this lady in question now can speak the language, and then he has to learn Brazil. It's still the same feeling with speaking English. And so imagine if we sit in a class where we are taught with our language. I tell you, nobody will compete with you. So when you see a Chinese man, a Japanese man doing very well in terms of technology or otherwise, the advantage they may have is because they teach them in their own mother tongue. But then we have to learn how to communicate before we can learn how to talk whatever we think that we know. Whatever we know becomes spare if we value what we have before we have what we were given. I will sign off from here. Understand that when we talk about going back to your rule, we simply say we are going back to Biafra land. Biafrans are going back to their mother's land. And to be able to get home, the people who felt they have held us captive will never let us go freely. As I'm speaking now, Nigeria is not fighting coronavirus. So their attention and every resources they have is how to stop IPOB. Kill IPOB, pursue IPOB, chase IPOB. There is nothing they are thinking. Nothing more, nothing less. But like I said earlier, there is no two ways about that. Biafrans are going. Goodbye for now, and God be with you.
We are in this platform for the restoration of Biafra because we are proud of the land of rising sun. Biafrans are blessed with natural resources. We are blessed with human resources. We are blessed with great technology and so on and so forth. We never call for war. We never call for hatred. We never call for discrimination. But we call for peace, unity, love, freedom, which is our main goal. Biafra is an ancient nation which was earlier colonized by the British in the earlier 18th century. And Biafra nation has been foretold in the prophecies like Nostradamus 400 years back that a powerful prince will arise in the world as the trigger of the gun, that he will be the envy of other princes, and the other prince will try to subdue his arise, but all will be a failure to them. a nation that will restore peace, liberation, future hope towards our generation. Our predecessors have fought their own, and we present Biafras are not going to relent or surrender to this struggle. We are determined to restore our holy land, which is Biafra, with one voice, one accord, one command, and one agenda, which is Biafra. We all thank Almighty Okike Abiyama for His grace, protection, love, care, because we are all alive in the land of the living. God has organized a seeking peace province in Biafra land. Biafra, you are great indeed, the kingdom of God here on earth. We also thank our leader Mazi, a great prince and an icon, the liberator of this global struggle of our time, and his deputy Mazi and all the principal of states, coordinators, IGroup, family members all around the world. Lovers of freedom. This song is from Casey, Joe, and Mary from Fosco Zone 1 in Abia province. Thank you all, and the Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless you all in your name.
Abịama buliri elu. Ọ bụrụ ichala ya ọsọ gị ga-abụ isi na zoo mezie apịa na the land of Israel holy land nke iji n'ihi na ịbụ onye goziri agozi anyị na-ele anya gị maka nlaghachi na ala Biafra ashama ga-ama anyị gwara onye sha ya ga-abịa kelem 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 ụmụ Biafra ọkwa n'ụwa mgbe nta anyị ga-enwere onwe anyị pụọ n'aka ndị Zulu na ndị Britain na Awụsa Fulani. Onye ọbụla nọrọ ebe a n'olileanya juru eju maka ji ụmụ Biafra abụgo. Onye ọbụla chukwu abịa ma buliri elu onye ọbụla chukwu abịa ma buliri elu onye ọbụla chukwu abịa ma gọziri onye ọbụla chukwu abịa ma gọziri
Biafra's Got Talent exclusive.
Oh la 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 la, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Uche mefo, oye Asimu Nnamdi Kanu, oye Nnamdi Kanu. Asimu uche mefo, oye
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike, Odogwa na Barizuwan, na Biafra land. Mazi uche mefo, dishike nijikwofo, Ojo fogana,
Uche mefo, Woko biama, Olumekelegi, Biji tekelegi, Biafra's Got Talent tekelegi. Isuru keme, ebi we putara onwegi, nonyere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Uche mefo, oye Asimu Nnamdi Kanu, oye Nnamdi Kanu. Asimu uche mefo, oye
When I see your consistencies, I feel much relief, cause Biafrans really believed in you. And your commitment over our motherland, that is our only strength. Nkamere, IPOB Wanili,
When our director was in detention, he had to struggle for 2 years and counting. No matter the intimidation, he were running when again. We could be Jema for your jaw. Mobuna go to Betty run a bagging bopuru. He may go be Gida jaw, Makimi hanging a jaw. Ibu Moke Jeba.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, uche mefo, oye Asimu Nnamdi Kanu, oye Nnamdi Kanu. Asimu uche mefo, oye Ifonye na-emeke ekwe na-akpọ ya, eze kwuke Chineke nta n'ọfọ. Eyiwa mwa uche mefo, tụtụ gaga kpọkpọ nke na-ekpọlọpọ. Ọgwa gị nyelu m obi si ike, n'ife ya dị bụ Biafra ya bịa lele. Kedu maka Odogwu Nnamdi Kanu, onye isi anyị ya ọ na-ekpọlọpọ.
I thank God that we have you, cause you made us believe in you. You promised to take us to the promised land. Biafra land is my motherland. Nnamdi Kanu, uche mefo, iye dikunu ya bi kakola.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, uche mefo, oye Asimu Nnamdi Kanu, oye Nnamdi Kanu. Asimu uche mefo, oye Iji kwafologu, iji kwafologu, uche mefo, oye Odogwu akataka, olumekele. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ifugo kebuna.
From the award-winning producer, Shaky Man Crew Beats.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Ukafo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Ukafo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one word most of us will not be able to comprehend the mindset behind it, but one day we shall. Mazi Choka from Mefo, of course, is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. He is the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. Abia State is Biafra land. He's the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. The one and the only man that commands the loyalty of the Biafran people. And by the special grace of Chukwukika Abiyama, I remain George Onyeibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, without wasting much of our time, I must proceed to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwukika Abiyama, the one who made the heavens and the earth, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow, the one who is the lifting up of our head, the one from whose position our help come from. For we do not look up to the mountains nor to the hills for help, but we look up to God who made the heavens and the earth. I will humble myself before him as always, because without him we are gone as a people, and say to him, Anyị na-aja gị mma maka n'eziokwu na ịmara mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadị o inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ebu Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. You see. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we'll go to our topic on this segment, which is simply titled Strategies of War in the British Nigerian Setting. Strategies of War in the British Nigeria setting. Of course, when I use that word, British Nigeria, Britain, another name for Britain is Nigeria. Nobody is in Nigeria. You have the Arewa, you have the Duduwa, you have the Biafra. Nobody is in Nigeria. British government is Nigeria. So anytime you hear Nigeria, you just like hearing Britain. For you to understand that the method they used to fight Biafrans, let's look at it tonight. Some of the strategy. We'll look at 5 of them this evening. And I want to remind our people, we have been in a war front for a very long time. Most of us don't know. I want you to listen very carefully. As a prisoner in the British cage called Nigeria, anytime you hear about the history of Nigeria, the only thing you hear is Igbo coup. Where one Igbo man from Niger Delta killed the Fulani man, and then they killed some Yoruba man, and then they killed the Hausa man, and then Igbo now take over power. Maybe they killed about 5 Nigeria, and then they target Igbo coup, and then they go to the village of the man who led the supposedly coup and carve it to become Niger Delta. And so the Igbo man in the southeast is responsible for the crime of what a Niger Delta man committed. I want you to understand how this war is and their strategy. But let's analyze a little bit. How did the coup start? What led to the coup? Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo, as he was called, is from Okpanam in Delta State. He was born and brought up in the north, and he understands that Hausa have chosen to live like idiot for Fulani. Moreover, in his time, there were few Fulani who were foreigners, but they were ruling Hausa, dominating Hausa. Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo decided to free the Hausa from the Fulani. And at the same time, Chukwuma Nzogo from Delta State, Niger Delta man, who actually is the Igbo man, they said Igbo coup, understand that the Fulani were not there to conquer only Hausa, but to kill Yoruba. Because what led to it was that while they were being trained in Britain, those of them that were selected to be British assassins were all trained in Britain. I will not include Dim Chukwemeka or Dimegu Juku among them because his father paid his bill. He didn't go to London to join army. He went to school. When he came back, he decided to join the army. He is the first graduate in Nigerian army, if not the whole of Africa. Ojukwu is the first graduate in all the army. Idiot you are hearing calling general. They didn't go to school. Ojukwu was the first graduate. Gowon, Obasanjo, Babangida, Tiwa Danjuma, the host of other idiot Abacha, they were selected Boko Haram, taken to train in London. Chukwuma and Zogo fall into that category. And then they said that when Ahmadu Bello was addressing the Northerners who were part of these terrorists that went to London for training, he was speaking Hausa for them. And Chukwuma and Zogo saw that there was tribalism. The plan of Ahmadu Bello was not a united Nigeria, but a Northern Fulani Nigeria. Chukwuma and Zogo, after Ahmadu Bello's speech addressing them in Hausa in London, gathered the whole Nigerian there, because Hausa is the official language of the Nigerian terrorist state, and said to them, no, we will not allow these old men to jeopardize the future of the people of Nigeria, because they wanted one Nigeria. They now agree that when they come back home, they will kill all these old men who want to win Nigeria for themselves. Who were these old men? Fulani. Fulani want to conquer Hausa as they have conquered Hausa. And then the Yoruba that were look like a little bit enlightened in the time were targeted. And lo and behold, when they came, they carried out the plan. They executed. It was foiled by an Igbo man. Remember, Delta State is not Igbo. John Chukwuma, Delta State coordinator, has been arrested by Ifeanyi Ukowa and the Fulani Commissioner of Police and the other Fulani DSS in Delta State. Chukwuma is not Igbo. It's Niger Delta man. Around Chukwuma, John Chukwuma village is where Chukwuma, Kaduna and Zogo came from. The same area. So they are not Igbo. And so at the end of the day, the Fulani said, oh, they killed one of our man. They didn't kill any Igbo man. But like our leader has explained before, there is no single Igbo man that was dividing Nigeria. Igbo man wanted one Nigeria. And so there was no need to kill any Igbo man. But there was a Yoruba that want divided Nigeria. There was a Hausa that want divided Nigeria. And there were Fulani divided Nigeria to subdue Nigeria. And so let us assume that is where Biafra killed Nigeria. But before then, there was war in Nigeria. There have always been war against the Biafrans. We can go back to 1929. They call it About Women Riot. If it were today, British government would have tagged it About Women Terrorism. But we thank God, they still call them riot. And each time you call it riot, you are undermining the position of our mother. Our mother did not riot, but they protested. Understand, there is a difference between riot and protesting. About Women Riot. If it were today, BBC will say About Women Terrorism. They were killed in 1949. They were massacred in Enugu. We can talk about the one in 1945 and the rest of them. we the Biafran people have been in war front without knowing it. And outside this so-called Igbo coup, there is no history in Nigeria where Yoruba were targeted for extermination. There is no history of Hausa being targeted for extermination. There is no history of Fulani being targeted for extermination. Only the Biafrans and the Igbos. And each time I sit back and I look at what is going on, outside few instances, the only thing we hear is only few people can identify themselves with this suffering. Remember, our topic is strategies of war in the British Nigerian setting. We have been fighting war even before we were born. We have been fighting war even before the amalgamation of 1914. Do you know why I said so? History did not give us the opportunity of knowing what happened. That we have learned people, we have kings, we have elders in 1914. None of them appeared in the amalgamation. None of them were consulted to amalgamate Nigeria. Nnamdi Azikiwe was consulted, 9 years old. Because he's 9 years old in 1914. Did I say 1914? Then Awolowo was there, 6 years old. And then who else again? Ahmadu Bello was there. No, was it 3 years old or 6 months? The question is, where were the elders of Biafra land? Where were the elders of Ududuwa? Where were the elders of Arewa? Where were the elders? British government choose small children and say, now I thereby amalgamate you, all of you are now one country. We have been fighting war, but we're just not aware of it. Today, when you come into Biafra land, when you come into Nigeria, everywhere look calm and peaceful. You say, but all this thing IPOB is saying is a propaganda. Everywhere is peaceful, but the night has come. Please try and patrol at night. Don't let anybody know what is going on, and then you will know who we are in war front. There is no Nigerian ambassador, there is no country high commissioner in Nigeria that have ever reported that there is killing in Nigeria. But yet they are killing Christians. They are slaughtering Biafrans. Boko Haram have killed in Nigeria in less than 5 years more than coronavirus you are afraid have killed. So when you see a Nigerian not afraid of coronavirus, do not blame them. Is it not death that coronavirus is going to bring? And that we are used to dying here. But let's come back home a little bit. I'm just trying to create a scenario to enable you understand that we have been fighting war. But most of you don't know how the battle is fought. And now we go back and look at some of the strategy, how they are fighting us. Number one is the deployment of media. For as long as I can remember, the greatest weapon that have been used against us as a people is the media. I want you to look at any dispensation that our people were slaughtered in thousands. They never report it. Go and look at the issue, the case of coronavirus and the projection of Ebola virus. Is it Ebola virus or Ebola disease? Let me tell you how they project it through the media. When one idiot invented Ebola and then went to a community in Africa known as Ebola and then put the poison inside the water and start killing Africans in their thousands and millions. If you go to BBC, CNN, and other Western media across the globe, this is how they present Ebola case. They don't make it look as if virus has attacked Africa, that they are killing Africa. What they did is they say the black Africans are suffering. They present the news as if it's a suffering Africa. They now show us our dirty village. We are dirty. This is how CNN, they project Ebola. They go to a community, very dirty one. They are the one that made it dirty. Go to many villages in Calabari, Okereka, Ogoni, Bayelsa, all the Niger Delta area. Go to the village and see how dirty they are. They go to all these creek, show people dying, how they are burying them like dogs. Because they want to create impression that we are lower than animal, we are poor, we are stinking, we are dirty, disease is killing us. It's our lot. I want you to look at the coronavirus, how they are projecting it. They are not showing you Oyibo dead body. They are showing you fine Oyibo. They are wearing helmet and nose mask. They are wearing tracksuit. And then, how do they call all these garments they are wearing? They are wearing parasuit, fine cloth. The most horrible video of coronavirus you will see is the one that enters social media by mistake. Go and look at all the people suffering from coronavirus. They are very handsome. They put oxygen in their face. They will now be doing all of them very fine, putting on tracksuit, parasuit, jacket. They now wear oxygen behind, blowing gas everywhere. I want you to go back and look at the video of Ebola victim and video of corona victim. You will even pray for coronavirus to come to you. Why? Because one of the disease is targeted at Africa. The other disease is targeted at the Oyibo. China and America should tell the world what they are doing. They know. But I won't digress, so I'm talking about media war. The case of Biafran genocide is never reported. There are many cases of genocide across the globe. If you divide how many Biafrans that have died so far because they want to liberate themselves from Nigeria, it will amaze you. Nobody talks about it. Look at the current killing that made America to speak up, that made United Nations to speak up, that made many people to speak up against the killing in Nigeria. Do you know BBC and CNN never said anything? What they did was to rush immediately. Oh, we have seen coronavirus in Nigeria. Oh, the corona is in Nigeria. Oh, come and help Nigeria. World Bank, please. Corona is here. Oh, Ndioshi. Without IPOB reciprocating, by now they would have sold even your father compound to treat you for corona that is even running from Nigeria. Do you know Nigerians are making money through corona? Facebook should be sincere. A lot of people now, you have to subscribe. Corona is running. People are making money. Wash your hand, 10 naira. Wash your hand, corona. Wash your hand, corona washing. 10 naira. Mature pastors now are telling you to pay your tithe online. www.tithe.419.tithe. You are paying it. Corona is working for them. Atikusa now is now having corona. Only God knows how Nigeria will be delivered from corona. But you people don't know they are destroying with your media. Where is BBC that come to tell them that there is coronavirus in Nigeria? BBC, come and give us update now. Because they know IPOB is here. They know Radio Biafra is here. There are things we are monitoring, not nonsense. The point now is that why did BBC jump up to announce that there is coronavirus in Nigeria, but BBC did not tell you there is Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, Miati Allah in Nigeria? Why did BBC not tell you that they close border so that rice will not enter Nigeria, but they open border now? As we are talking now, our border is open. But they are deceiving you. The airport have been closed. No more entering airport. If we catch you in our airport, you'll be quarantined. Who is quarantining who when the border is open? What am I trying to say? We are fighting media war. And believe me, what IPOB is doing goes beyond trying to blackmail your brother to become relevant. If you are Biafra, you don't have a Facebook account through which you are exposing Nigeria. You don't even know you are in a war front. If you are a Biafran, it doesn't matter whether you are a member of IPOB or not. Go and open another Facebook account. Go and buy another phone, because we understand some of you work in a sensitive office. So you are afraid Facebook know how to disgrace you. Just buy a different line. Buy a different small phone. Open your Facebook. Show the world how evil Nigeria is. Don't use your original phone. No. One of these days we look at into the security tips, so you know how Yoruba on Facebook, working for Facebook, used to expose you. Begin to show the world how evil Nigeria is. Naked Nigeria. That is the media war. Today there are a lot of things they would have done, but they can't do it because they know the same way they are walking chon chon chon. There is eye watching that their leg chon chon chon. And so what do? They decimate us with the media. I keep saying this. As a child, I am tired of who I am. I am tired. Because anytime you tune to the radio, oh, Chukuma Wankwo is arm robber. Evans Ikechukwu is a kingpin. Nayanwodo is I go to a stage. Honestly, I went to my mother. I say, Mama, why be say our people now bad thing than they do? I know she never answered me anything. Oh, there is one Otokotoko. He just caught kidnapping. Oh, there is one ritualist in Inewi. Oh, we just catch another kidnapper in Ehiala. I say, Mama, what is all this? Does it mean we cannot do something that can make us to be proud of who we are? She never answered me. I didn't say they tell me. I listen to radio. I watch them on television. I come from Bender State, as they call me, and I every means. And then at least I found comfort. I'm not Igbo man, so we assume it's Igbo man. Until I left home and I went to Lagos, and that was when they let me know how idiotic I was. And they say, oh, who are you? I say, yes, I'm Onyeibe. I'm from Agbo in Delta State. They just look at me and hiss. He said, this is the guy now. He said, they don't know I understand Yoruba. And so Niger Delta man, you are Igbo man. They are Oloshi, Olori Buruku, Omo Igbo leleyi. And that was when it dawned on me. But I cannot place it. I don't know. Igbos are ritualists. Igbos are kidnapper. Igbos are 419. Igbos are idiot. Am I saying Igbos are not? We are. But it remained that way. I remember the day one of my cousin told me. I said, all these Igbo people, we were in Ochanja market. I said, most of these people are graduates. In fact, the shop we went to that day, the guy in charge of that shop did not even school in Nigeria, in Anambra State. He schooled in overseas. He has graduated. He came back, his father opened shop for him. And we know the guy. And I was like telling my brother, all these people are graduates. Why is it they cannot have good job? He said, I leave that thing. Igbos didn't go to school. Yorubas are intellectual. Yoruba went to school. They are intellectual. Igbo didn't go to school. I said, but brother, this guy is a graduate. He said, I don't tell you, leave it, because he's older than me. Until Radio Biafra came. Our leader came and started opening our eyes. Today, I hardly see Yoruba intellectual. Osetiana. I hardly see Hausa intellectual. Fulani intellectual. I don't see any of them again. Today now they are here to catch Igbo kidnapper again. No more Igbo ritualists again. Now they are the one reporting this news by themselves. They are now the ritualists, they are now the kidnapper, they are now the illiterate, they are now what they used to call us. Why are they doing that? Because we are waiting for them. We are winning the media war. So do not relent. Today I see people, everybody is now happy. Oh, I'm a Biafra. Oh, I'm a Biafra. People fought that war, and I remove my cap for all of you. But of course, we are not going to relent. Very soon now, they will start cracking my voice on this Facebook. When our leader want to come online, all of them are jittering. Hey, the guy is coming again. Oh, hey, he's coming. Because we are going to give you Rambo, infanticide. So if anybody tell you that tweet you are retweeting, that post you are making, that very broadcast you are sharing is not making impact, tell the person not to worry. You are making impact. Begin to retweet. Begin to share the whole world. Let all of them. I said before. I say anytime you type Biafra or IPOB or Mazi and Kano, anytime you type them, Cyclopedia will acknowledge it. They have no choice. I challenge you anywhere you are now. Just type Mazi Nande. Before you finish in Nande, you will see Kano. Just type Bia. Before you put Fra, you will see Biafra. But type Nigeria. It won't come out. If you manage to come out, it will give you small later. Everybody is tired of Nigeria. In fact, Google Nigeria. It will tell you construction. How does it even tell you Nigeria? You say work in progress. Because it don't exist. Just type IPOB. It will even be giving you who we are. But that you're tweeting, that you're retweeting, that you're sharing, that you're typing, whatever you are doing, it is making impact. When Yoruba come on our social media to insult us, Biafra, anywhere you type it, you are making us popular. We are fighting a war already. Most of you are doing a good job, you don't know. Some of you now spend up to 10,000 buying recharge card, and you think it's useless. It's not useless. It's not. If you were not doing it, Facebook would have shut us out already. But to cut the long story short, Nigeria are now more coordinated than ever. When they want to talk line, they close the amount to talk the line. They don't repeat it 2 times. Even channel television, when they make any broadcast, like that one, they interview people outside the studio. If they make mistake, they will delete it from their Facebook. But before they delete it, we have caught them. Why are they afraid now? I thought Igbos are ritualists. Igbos are kidnappers. In those days, you see dirty, stinking man, Tinubu, coming to say, they say it's Fulani killing people. It's Fulani. Did you see them with a cow? How can you say they are Fulani? That is the same way Igbo man is kidnapping people. If not that they caught him now, they will say it's Fulani. If I talk now, they will say I'm talking. Verse is who? The kidnapper is who? Tinubu, come out and talk now. Today they would have bamboozled all of you through the media. All of a sudden, they remove Sanisi. Idiot has said, Sanisi is a good man. They now bring Sanisi daughter. He said, my daddy is a hero. Who told you your daddy is a hero? Your daddy is a Boko Haram. Lamido Sanusi remained a Boko Haram. A man that have more than 4 names. A man that have more than 4 names. We know all his name. We will get him. Hey, he's a good man. They want to create Robin Sherwood. They want to make a hero. Oh, he's a good man. Lamido was a dethroned. He take it lightly. He now move. Do you know how many billions of dollars he spent on phone call? Without social media, they will bamboozle you. Our leader said it in his last broadcast. Without Radio Biafra, if you call, we don't know that to be vice president, that they have faced promise Ugwanyi. Ugwanyi, we don't know. The same vice president is going to kill us for. They have promised Nwike. Nwike will not know that the same vice president want to kill us. They have promised all the governors in Biafra land. All of you would have been saying, oh, Igbo presidency, Niger Delta presidency. They are making mock of you. But we will expose all of you. And now you see the war we are fighting. This evening, Wike gave an announcement. Yes, I close church because of coronavirus. But I cannot talk about mosque now. Let us be watching them. Fear go let them close mosque. Fear no go let them. Fear no go let them. But we put all of them to test. Maybe Allah is greater than Jesus. Because if Allah can allow them to go to mosque without coronavirus, he said that something is wrong somewhere or somebody is deceiving somewhere. Because all the people singing, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit. They don't close church for River State. But mosque, the one killing us, they are still going there. Who is deceiving who here? But did I say you should go to church? Of course, run for your life. Because all these Fulani will poison all of you inside church. All of you are target. And you will die for nothing. But without the media, you will not know. The same way we are begging you, do not take any vaccination from Nigeria. You are dead. You are dead. Number one, strategy of war, media. So anytime you hear Nigerian telling you anything, it will make you run for them. One of the reasons I hate Yoruba, I hate them very well for their evil, is deformation of character or assassination of character. They know how to deform people's image. Yes, the self-acclaimed leader of indigenous people of Biafra, a proscribed group in Nigeria. So who asked you whether it is self-acclaimed? Who asked you? Who asked you whether we are proscribed? IPOB and Nigeria, who is supposed to be proscribed? You see, all these things all of you are doing is waiting for all of you. Let us go to the second one. So if you are Biafra now, you are not exposing Nigeria on the social media. You are not doing yourself any good. They make video them, put it on social media. Let the world see how dirty, how stinking Nigeria is. When Donald Trump said Nigeria is a shithole, he was kind. And then, having deployed the media to fight, as they have always been doing, the next thing they do to fight against us is to hijack power at every sector. Is it not amazing? The Nigeria we are talking about today now, head of legislature, Fulani, he didn't go to school. Head of executive, Fulani, he didn't go to school. Head of judiciary, Fulani, he didn't go to school. Head of the monarch, Fulani, he didn't go to school. Any area sector in Nigeria, Fulani. Some of them can't even say the national item, not to talk of the pledge. They hijack every sector of power. And you are there, you want us to respect you. And they know how to make Yoruba second in command. Then others are third in command and fourth in command in your own fatherland. Each time I see anybody fighting for vice president, from Hausa to Yoruba to Biafrans, I see how miserable they can be. But this war we are talking about, they hijack government sector, every level. Today, the idiot in Delta State is switching off his phone. Biafrans must continue to call him. He have to change that line. Continue calling all of them, like our leader has said. Call all of them. Let them change that line. The same thing they did 1967 to 1970. Ojukwu was the highest ranking military officer. For British government to be able to deal with us, Gowon was given double promotion. From that rank they call Krofo, he was made flew to major general. So when you see Fulani hijacking all the power, that is their strategy. start Radio Biafra today now, most of you be saying, I was a Fulani is in charge because they went to school. That is what most of you will be saying. Do you know there is no single Fulani man that can pronounce coronavirus? I was thinking I was the dumbest. I didn't know they were more bigger idiot today. Because I have to go and do recitation. Coronavirus, 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 corona. You know, having said it up to 100 times, I get used to it. Come and ask Fulani to mention it. You now know why Jubri is hiding from press statement. Corona device. Is it French? Ask all of them, all these your intellectual in Abuja. Tell them to mention coronavirus. I tell you, you better be ready to laugh. You will laugh and break your ribs. In fact, they are mentioning it alone. You can sell comedy film. Like I said, the coronavirus and virus and corona and these are intellectual Nigerian leader. Shame on all of you. Even though you both try to manufacture short name. Is it COVID-19? To make it easier. They can't even pronounce it. But yet they hijack every offices. They hijack all of them. We all know all these things. Commissioner IG of Police, read the book. We begin to hear transmitter, transmission, transmitter. But it's the IG of Police. Most of you have forgotten. Yes, Oga of DSS. How is the structure of DSS? Oh, it's a very big house. So very, very big house. We have just started. We just dig foundation. By the time we get to the lintel, and we knock it roof, you will see how big it is. But who was asking you about the architecture? Go and ask the FCC catching people. Go and ask him what is he doing. He can't even spell his name. Are you talking about civil defense? What is your website? www. The other one is Oga on top that can give you. Because you don't even know their website. Go and ask Chief Justice of Nigeria. He drives aeroplane. He drives aeroplane. But they are in charge. They are ruling you. And you are very proud Nigeria. You are idiot. God will punish you. Yes, we Nigeria ambassador. All of you are idiot. Look at people ruling you. Are you not ashamed now? But we understand it's war. And we will fight it to the end. Look at us. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school. But I can show you I'm more educated than all the senator, all the honorable, all the monarchs, all the igwe, all the general. All of them are dumb. They used to this miscreant, they are miscreant, they are jobless. Who is a miscreant now? Look at all the government officials in Nigeria. They cannot pronounce coronavirus. You need to see in a hall where they were discussing. Anybody reach where coronavirus they wahala dey. I wonder who tests them to know that. They say the people tell you, oh, we discover coronavirus, it just enter Nigeria. They can't pronounce it. So how could they test it? Nonsense. But you don't know you are fighting a war already. And the leader, yes, as we are saying, we have been to Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, they have not recorded one. Only God knows what he was trying to say. He now jump it like the turntable that crack. He now still get to where he will measure the He now starts the same thing. Who are you people deceiving? Are you not ashamed as a Nigeria? Call one of your minister and honorable to mention the name. But you are not aware. This is war. Anytime you see them imposing governor on you like they did in Imo State, anytime you see them dragging PDP, APC here in Biafra land, understand this is war. Understand. It is the northernant and the westernant that rejoice or quarrel over who rule us in Biafra land. I'm here to see a Biafra man who is saying, oh no, this man cannot rule Lagos. Oh no, this man cannot rule Ondo State. Oh no. I've not seen any Biafra man quarreling over it. I have not seen any Biafra man say no, this one should rule Hausa land or Fulani land. I've not seen any of them yet. But I've seen a lot of Yoruba who are crying, no, he has to be Yejoha, he has to be Egbedike, he has to be, they are the one crying more than the belief. And you don't know it's a war. We look at the third strategy of war in the British Nigerian state. They put division among the people. While Ojukwu was making sure Nigeria is directed towards a different stage where Yoruba will enjoy, Hausa will enjoy, Fulani will enjoy, Biafra will enjoy. They were busy dividing Biafra land. They have succeeded before then to carve out Bende State out of Biafra land. And so 3 months before the war, they carve out River State or Niger Delta out of the eastern region. Cross River and River State, they carve them out. They're dividing us. And then when the war came, they came among us. Sow seed of discord. I went to Ogoni and I had a meeting with the youth. I said, what is wrong? What is happening to all of you? Nigeria Army are the one killing you people, calling you people cultists and all that. What are you people doing? What is it? And they said to me, the point now is that during the war, all the army, Biafran army that was in our land, all of them were Igbo. No Gunima was there. And Igbo started selling our land and doing like this and doing like that. I said, but you are not sure of what you are saying. You could not be sure of what you are saying, except you are saying what they told you. But with further forensic investigation, you discover that Nigerians, they were Biafran saboteur as well as Nigerian employed saboteur who were causing confusion among us. Because Ojukwu did not take them to Arochukwu. Today they are still there. They are still there. Many of them are still there. But very soon I will dedicate my life to print for them. They are still there. Their job is to blackmail. This one, oh, that one, oh, that. But tell them to go to Aruchuku, they will run for their life. But this is war. This is war. They brought division. They wounded us deeply. Because without IPOB, like our leader said in his last broadcast, they have gone far. The last time I checked, but you don't believe he's an Igbo man. Until IPOB came. Because when we stay to talk, to discuss, Ebonyi man will come. The next one say, I notice Ebonyi man don't like it. You call Ebonyi man and they don't like it. I personally try to find out what is it the why these people don't like. And I discovered that the man that gave birth to the first lawyer in Nigeria, he says a wawawa. The first son of Eze Wawawa, I don't know him, he's a lawyer. And he's one of the first lawyer in Nigeria. And if there is Eze, a king from Ebonyi, around the Zao Abakeleke, that is called Eze Wawawa, why will Ebonyi man be angry they call him Onye Wawawa? Because somebody have sowed this seed of discord. Divide all of them. When you talk about Nnamdi Azikiwe, when you talk about Dim Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu, I have said this severally. I thought Ojukwu is from Enugu. I have thought it's from Enugu. But of course, my thoughts were not wrong. Because I soon discovered that when he was from Anambra, Enugu was Anambra State. Now you know. The divided us. They divided us. Without IPOB today, all of us will be fighting autonomous. After all, some people even told our leader, don't come to our Anambra, don't come to our Ebonyi, don't come to our Enugu. Go to your Abia. You don't speak for us, but you are idiot. You don't know. This is war. To conquer this war, you must stop responding to what people call you. You must stop responding to what your enemy calls you. This is war. And then after they have put division among us, they kill the people. Having been able to succeed in dividing us, they start killing us. When they invaded Biafra land, they don't ask whether you are Calabar, whether you are Akwa Ibom, whether you are Enugu. Once you are in Yamini, they kill all of you. Today, are they not carrying it out? They are in Akwa Ibom state, they are in Cross River state, they are in Delta state, they are in Bayelsa state, they are in River state, they are in Imo state, they are in Benue state, they are in Kogi state, they are everywhere you have Biafra, they are in Edo state, ravaging everywhere, killing everybody. But who will defend our land? Who will defend our land? Even while IPOB is working hard to do that, there are people now coming out and say, oh yes, because our leaders say I will initiate BSS. And now we are seeing different pattern of BSS. Ojuku BSS, Nandekano BSS, which BSS again? IPOB BSS, Njoshin and Yama BSS. And the amazing thing there is that it is the fake one now that is reporting the original one. The fake one, oh. All of you go and listen to the audio online. One idiot calling himself Evangelist Hellfire. Go and find out. That same guy is the guy that made a video. I still have the audio that is telling the whole world that George Onyeibe killer or Pambo. But he now came online and said, yes, we are loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But he is the coordinator, once coordinator of Wisdom Zone in Atali, Port Harcourt. He was the coordinator that lived coordinating and start forming his own security. He is the one that is responsible for even betraying most volunteer in River State. Today now, he's the one who has issued audio like other saboteur outside IPOB. Yes, he are to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You go and you are a Hellfire working for Nigeria. All the Obambo he work for Iruanya, they go on Radio Biafra to castigate George Onyeibe. Go and ask him, is it now that George Onyeibe is working for Nigerian government? But people who don't know all of you will believe all of you. Idiot saboteur everywhere. Yes, we are BSA, we are loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? But you are the one killing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If I say what you do, you disable. Come to Aruchuku, let us clear it there. If you have anyone bigger than that, let us go there. And it's the one betraying people. We are doing this, they are evil, we are formidable, we are General Hellfire. Those of you in Atali, you remember is the coordinator of the very Wisdom Zone, where many idiots are crowning chief and doing everything against our leader. But here they are the one betraying our leader from behind. They are the one coming to kiss our leader. Oh, we love you. Holy, Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, you are loving. Idiots everywhere. Some people will run on the offense when the time comes. This is war, for God's sake. Can't you people understand it? A lot of people now, yes, this is Biafra. They don't watch the Biafra they mention. My brother wrote on Facebook today, if you are doing IPOB matter and Facebook have not blocked you, he said, my brother, go and check yourself. You are on the Facebook doing IPOB matter, Biafra matter. Facebook have never warned you. Go and check yourself. Today I can't post. I don't know what to post. If I post the Biafran flag now, Facebook will just come. Yoruba on Facebook will just come. This thing violate our privacy. We give you option. Delete it now or face suspension. And now delete it. And now write another one. Everybody must hate Biafra. I will now post it. Facebook will say, no, this one is violating our constitution. Don't paste it. Delete it now. If I venture delete it, the next thing, although they are kind to me, because they don't give me more than 1 week, the next thing you see is you violated our conscience and our sacrifice and our constitution, community privacy, 1 week imprisonment. Facebook ukwano. Most of you know, as of last week, if I am talking, my voice is cracking, and people say, no, it's microphone, I buy microphone. No, it is the cable, I buy cable. Oh, no, it is the mixer, I buy mixer. Oh, no, it is the generator, I buy generator. Oh, no, it is the data, I buy data. What do we never buy? It's still cracking. But of course, we can only get better. Today it's not cracking. Let them crack it again. We will move to the next stage. Person wey do gun, I do bulletproof. This is war. We know. We understand. And at the end of the day, they plant saboteur among the people. They plant saboteur among the people. Anytime I see it, I think about two things. How did Ojukwu survive? How did that man survive to the end? How I cannot fathom it. But of course, I'm not surprised, because if Chukwu Kikabiama is involved, there is nothing anybody can do about it. How did he survive? They were numerous. At least our leader Mazi and the Kano have privilege of trying to deliver all of us before the D-Day. Ojukwu never had this privilege. Ojukwu never had this privilege. How did he survive? Saboteur everywhere. I look at some people, I pity them. Your day will come. Your day will come. In case you are not ready, get ready. I'm not afraid of any of you. My case has been settled. I cannot die in the hand of any man. It's not possible. That I can assure you. And when my time comes, my creator will tell me. We have settled that one already. But your time will come. Nobody who sabotages his brother will enter Biafra land. Don't you get it? The children of Israel left Egypt into the wilderness. Saboteurs begin to grow. Moses could not handle them. It was a burden too much for him to bear. And God have to intervene and said to Moses, see, all these people cannot enter that land, or else they are dead. They cannot. But I tell you the truth, everybody from 20 years will die. They won't enter. And the Bible says their carcass, they drop in the wilderness. They all died there. And so children from that very time upwards were there. And of course, I will not be able to pick any call this evening, but I will stop here. Having said that, go and study the strategy through which the enemy were able to decimate Biafrans. And we will continue from where we stop tomorrow morning. Good night and God bless.
Respect to the Most High. Yeah. Biafra, the rising sun. Now you hear me now?
Everywhere in the world, Biafrans are fighting for freedom. Freedom, yeah. Biafrans, we know what we want. Biafrans, we know what we need. All we want is Biafra. All we need is Biafra. Our leader have tell us the truth. Now we know who we are. Osaflani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. They are cleaning our people.
No more one Nigeria. The amalgamation is over.
thinking of the life we lose every time that cause killing innocent people, yeah, raping our women, yeah. Who doesn't know about 10%? Who doesn't know the oil well? House of Fulani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. All we want is Biafra. We want to go home. Biafra.
Biafra, land of the rising sun. Bombo clan. It was good and evil and we chose good.
Yenegwa is calling Biafra. Anani saying Biafra. Ogoja is saying Biafra. Yenegwa is saying Biafra. Urobo is saying Biafra. Shekiri is saying Biafra. We want to go home. We want a freedom. We want to go home.
Yo, Tropical Mix. Biafra, the rising sun. Bombo clan.
Evening and good night to some of you. Regardless of where you are domiciled, we are welcoming you. This is a Radio Biafra live transmission. The whole world is listening. Humanity is paying attention. The zoo is trembling. And the children of the Most High, the children of Biafra, they are rejoicing because they are about to receive the gospel of redemption, the gospel of salvation, the gospel of hope, the gospel of freedom, a gospel that is unquenchable, a gospel that is indestructible, a gospel that is ordained in heaven to be preached to the sons of men on this very earth, that all those who pay attention, all those who are enlightened enough to reason through everything that we say, that only those may be redeemed from the damnable zoological republic. That very British colonial experiment, worse than coronavirus, worse than any man-made